Hi, this is Sachin Motwani, owner and director of Kona Electricals Private Limited and OSUM Smart Electrical Solutions. Today, we are going to show you a seamless tour of our brand new head office here in Lower Parel, Mumbai, which is completely automated by OSUM. So let's go. What we are trying to show here is everything is working seamless, and this is a very small keypad access control which is integrated with our doorbell. So a visitor comes and presses the doorbell. If it's an employee just access with the fingerprint and the door gets unlocked. So now that we've entered the reception, we have a small scene controller over here that by pressing just a single touch over here, the lights can turn on and as well as the curtains can open. And here we have is our second level of access control and attendance marking system. When it recognizes the employee, it marks the attendance and also unlocks the door. So what we have here is a very unique locker system with access control for every individual locks from IKEA, and this is something which works just seamlessly. So without any keyholes, without any hanging keys, you have a very nice looking locker system for the staff.
Sure. So we have a locker system that opens and closes with RFID card, right?
Absolutely.
So behind this concept of a seamless locker, as you can, if I've seen this whole office, can you tell me the concept, the theme that you have followed throughout the store?
Theme is seamless, and when I say seamless, even the decor is seamless. We'll show you further how even the doors and the wall panels have been designed, and even the technology, it has to work seamlessly. So only when automation is integrated properly with various different things in your space, that's what creates an awesome experience.
So let's talk about your doors. You have a keypad entry.
Absolutely.
And a fingerprint entry, as well as a facial recognition that works on a motion sensor. These, if a layman is viewing all of this, it tends to become a very, okay, this is an expensive stuff.
It's really not that expensive. I mean, the access controls don't cost more than 5, 7, 8,000 rupees. And with our system, what you can do is you can actually unlock it in various different ways. One is obviously through the keypads, one is through our scene controllers, one is even on your mobile. So if you have a visitor, but you're just gone down for a quick lunch or something, you can unlock the door from anywhere. And even seamlessly, it can be integrated with the facial recognition system. So not only your attendance is marked, but your door is also unlocked with the same system.
Do this equipment come with a longevity? Because equipment like this, they are very delicate. Do they have a time period, a shelf life?
So since these are all wired solution and these are all made for life at least 10 to 15 years. When you go for completely wireless solution, that's when the issues start occurring after a few months, when there are challenges to prevent from different wireless protocols when they don't really integrate properly with each other, or where there's some kind of obstruction. That's when the problem occurs. But with wired solution, this is not the scenario. And now when things are becoming smart by the day, integration is just a matter of very simple app integration. So don't worry about the longevity. You can see this, it's working seamlessly.
So from what I can tell, entering OSUM's head office in Mumbai is extremely seamless. It's extremely awesome because all you have to do is have a fingerprint and facial recognition. I don't think there are many offices in India that have these features that actually makes them awesome.
And even for exit, when your staff goes out for lunch or for a small break, they can access the door only with their facial recognition or their access control. So even not only your attendance is marked, you also can find out how long the staff was outside, how long are they working, if they are taking very long lunch breaks, or so you can actually track everything.
A lot of usability as well.
Absolutely. So even the workspace, if you can see, have been designed in a very monolithic manner, where it's pretty much clutter free. Your desk just involves your laptop and one phone, and even for your personal mobile phone there is a standing desk, and even for your pens. Now the control for these lights, which are again human centric lighting, we even have individual controls. So every individual can not only just turn on, turn off their particular lights, they can even change the temperature of the lights. And the most unique function, which was again a last minute decision, but it was a need, that even a pantry calling button is integrated in the same controller by just pressing this. If you could hear, there was a bell which rang in the pantry, and it would indicate that which table has pressed this bell. So in all, a very clutter free, very unique, and very clean solution, which is unlike most of the offices. So yeah, it's again one of the the finer details that I think we have tried to incorporate here.
Let's talk about your SIEM controller. There are four four touch points I can see. Can you explain in a bit detail?
So in the 16 scene controller, we can have 16 scenes. We can control multiple things like your lights, which are here we have used DALI DT8 tunable lights, as well as face cut tunable lights, and curtains, door locks, and your calling button. So from multiple places you can control multiple things, or even individual lights, as we showcased from here, that he can not only turn it on and off, he can also tune it. So if you see, now it's turning from
Change in temperature.
Change in temperature, absolutely. However, this entire office lighting temperature will change as per the circadian cycle, what we call as human centric lighting.
Human centric lighting.
So that's a very unique feature, and the lighting just changes automatically
in accordance with the sun.
According to the sun, absolutely. So let's move on to here. This is again another desk with a very nice view, and over here again we have just one scene controller, and the light above is the natural skylight. With this, again you can turn it on, turn it off, and if the sun gets too bright, you can even control the curtains. Also, if at night you don't want too many lights, just one person walking, can work with just one individual light. As simple as that. And these things can be changed at any given time of.
How is the programming done?
All through just
All through
this
an app.
magic thing called a mobile phone.
And let's say when I installed your scene controller, and after 6 months I want to change that setting.
Absolutely.
Okay, I want something else to be the usability of it. How
So
do I do it?
at any given point of time, the scene controller can be programmed either by the user or from by our team whenever they come here. If coming to on site is a problem, then we can even do it over the cloud. So we can change the settings over the cloud, and your scene controller will trigger that scene without opening a single screw.
Has this been where you can change the scenes and you can change the setting over the cloud? Has this been a USP for OSUM?
So that's where the IoT, IoT is all about. And what stands OSUM apart is, obviously we were India's first IoT-based smart switch, but with wired communication also. So there are a lot of things which are now on wireless protocol, but because wireless protocol is not really robust, especially in a country like India, where we have too many walls, too many obstacles, and where the networking is always an issue, be it on your Wi-Fi or Zigbee or Z-Wave, there is always an obstacle which kind of creates a problem. And wired until now was a problem because the wiring used to be very complex. What we have in OSUM is a very simple wired solution with Wi-Fi capability. So the scene controller can trigger the entire office, or it can control individual things as per your liking. So because of the IoT capabilities of the switch, any software or any program or any configuration can be done over the air. It can also get over the air updates for any new features. So it's a future proof product, it's a future ready product. However, because of our wired communication, the stability is always maintained. The stability of when you click a button, so the scene has to be triggered. Because when you go completely wireless, the wireless technology in general has not yet evolved to an extent where you can say that it's 100% foolproof, or it's nowhere close to a wired solution. However, our wired solution, unlike the wired solutions of many of the international brands, who were very cumbersome to install. It's a very simple retrofit wiring that is required for our product, and because of its Wi-Fi or wireless capabilities, all the updates, all the configuration can be done directly without any gateway, without any processor. Everything is built inside the scene controller and our switch. So that's the beauty of our solution. Everything is edge based. Every device is smart. So there is no fixed cost. There is no fixed single point of failure. As I have shown you around, every switch is smart. So every switch is programmable. What you want to do with that switch, it's really up to you.
It's up to the users'
Absolutely.
Needs and requirements
Absolutely.
and moods
Absolutely.
and everything.
Absolutely.
All right. Can you let me know which range of product is this scene controller from?
So this is a OSUM Sense, which is our touch-based system fixed on an orbit plate, which is our round plate. It's India's first round modular plate. So it can fit on a normal 2-gang junction box. So you don't really need to worry about the size. The back side is the same as your normal conventional switch. So it's orbit plate. It's made of 1.6 mm glass with a very premium gold finish as well as silver finish. We have different finishes. I'll show you around. And this is our Sense scene controller, OSUM Sense series.
What I see from here is that it's a very premium product,
Absolutely.
all right, and with a very good finish, and it is delivering a reliable control system, and this has been also the USP for OSUM because there are a lot of reliability over wireless technology of it. What would you say is the need of the hour? For example, how long do you think it will take the wireless technology to reach a level where it is reliable enough that you won't need wires?
At least for the next 4 or 5 years. I mean, we are hearing about Thread wireless protocol, which is still very at a very nascent or a very the very beginning stage. Nobody has really started using this because the protocol is pretty much new. So I think for any protocol to mature, it takes 4 to 5 years. So let's hope for the best, and we are ready even for Thread once wireless protocol become more and more robust. Our products can actually do completely wireless even now, but we don't advise doing that. Every product can be completely wireless as well as wired. So we are the only system which has this hybrid possibility. However, because of the issues in a complete wireless system, we don't really advise to go for wireless unless there is no other choice. So if I want one more scene controller, say on this side, and I can't run a wire for communication, I can control it wirelessly as well. Absolutely.
And it will have no difference whatsoever.
No difference whatsoever.
Talking about the aesthetic of that, a lot of architects, interior designers, they have this whole general plan out and everything. Do you would be able to provide custom panels and according to the aesthetic of the house or bungalow or villa or whatever it is, because it is in a civil stage, so when it becomes possession ready, would you be able to design custom aesthetics?
So we are the only solution provider in India which is giving the best in the technology and international finish. So we have so many variants in premium finish, in premium shapes, combinations, sizes, and because of its modular feature, one can really do lot of mix and match. We have finishes in glass, we have finishes in metal, we have in paint, we have the touch variant, we have a clickable variant. So all these things one can choose from. We really don't need much customization because we already have a really big basket, and with that you can use the right product as per your choice, according to your decor, according to your taste, and whatever customization we do is for our customers, where especially for the hotel industry or where there are a lot of new users coming into the space. So we do the engraving, customized engraving things on the buttons.
All of this is manufactured, made in India.
Absolutely. So that's the most thing that we are proud of, that the software, the hardware, our servers, everything is based in India. Our app is our own. So there is no Chinese or any external countries which are monitoring our devices or have control over our system. So it's a completely designed, made in India product. What we have here is our complete range, different products, different form factors, which I will show you one by one. So our base range starts with this. This is our Smart series, OSUM Smart. Now if you can see, these come in a form factor of a switch, on, off, and this is what it looks like at the back. I explained you before that this is the size of a normal switch and it fits on a wall plate. And because of the form factor, it could come in a 2 module, you can have it in 4 module, you can have it in 6 module as per your need. Now every device or every load is connected to this switch over here, and it can be controlled from here, it can be dimmed from here. This is a open and close for curtains, so this can even open and close your curtains. This is what we call as a scene controller. Now this scene controller is with the icons. As I told you before, we can do customized icons, where with a click of a button you can control multiples of these switches. So whatever is connected on the switches can also be controlled from the app, it can be controlled from voice, it can be controlled through different triggers, and it can also be controlled from the scene controller. The same series, it comes in different colors. So this is a premium aluminum finish, this is a glass finish, this is again glass with white. You can have multiple glass colors, you can have multiple plastic colors, so different combinations. And now over here is our Orbit and Sense series. So Orbit is a circular glass plate where you are installing the same switch instead of a rectangular plate, you are now doing it on a circular plate. So this is an Orbit glass plate with smart switch, and here we have a Orbit glass plate with a Sense series. The Sense series is nothing but a smart switch with touch interface. We also have the world's first touch series compatible glass sockets. So the main issue with most of the touch panels available in the country are that they come in a fixed permutation and combination. Here, because of its modular form factor, you can have n number. Suppose you want 2 sockets and 1 scene controller, you can do that. Or you can even have USB sockets. So USB sockets, glass 13 ampere sockets, 16 ampere sockets can all be installed on either the circular plates or the square plates. So the problem of every customer that they want customization, they want every switch panel to be as per their size, as per their combination, as per their color, can be done from these various permutation and combination. And this is one of our latest product range. We call it OSUM Flick. Now, OSUM Flick is what we call as a modern retro. So if you can see, this is like the earlier days. It's a toggle switch. Now, these toggle switches can turn on, turn off lights like a normal switch. However, they also come as a scene controller. So you can just click it and it becomes a scene controller. You can control scenes. So it will look like a very retro solution, but it's actually a very smart solution. So it's a very simple, user friendly, again very unique looking product, where it's the simplicity, and there's a simplicity which what people want. At the same time, it should do things seamlessly. Here we have the OSUM Lux. In OSUM Lux, we have this really beautiful scene controller. So this is the only scene controller which is not modular in structure. This comes in a standard one size, and it can fit on a normal 2 module junction box, and this is all touch enabled. You can either touch it on the side or you can touch it from the front. So these have 4 squares like all our scene controllers, and you can tap it once to trigger one scene, tap it twice for the second scene, do a long press for the third scene, and again a long press for the fourth scene. And these come in different finishes. So this is our white aluminum. Then we also have Verve, which is a glass based touch switch, which is in the gold chrome border. We also have it with silver. Same here, white Verve with silver. And we also have black aluminum. We have silver aluminum. And the best part is we also have matching sockets for these. So a matching socket with USB and a scene controller, and that's all you need by your bedside or in your living room. And this is again the modular plates for the Sense series, which I showed you earlier. These again are in glass, in gray, in black glass, black with black chrome. What we have here is an open and close for the door locks. So Sense series door latch control. Another beautiful way of using this is, maybe if you don't want the switches to be horizontal, you can install it vertically. So these are now 8 buttons. You can go up to almost till 16 buttons for the scene controller. If it's a very big project where you need customized icons, we can do that for you. So looking at all these things, you can really now figure out how simple the solution can be designed, or how complicated it's actually as per the user. It really depends on case to case, whether you want just one single scene controller, you want multiple scene controllers, you want switch and socket combination. It's really up to every individual, and that customization is pretty much seamless.
So as you have seen now, Mr. Motwani just showed us awesome range of lighting controls and scene controllers. So sir, I just wanted to ask you, how does your post-sale service works? What entails into your post-sale service, and how do you fulfill them?
So we have a very, we took our time and we decided that we would give our customers one central board line number, and they will get service in 24 hours. Though most of the service is kind of taken care by on the phone or over the cloud, but in case there is a need to go on site, our team Pan India, we have our own team which caters to these customers. We are not dependent on any third-party system integrators. So we have all the team members, we call them the OSUM Squad, and the OSUM Squad is pretty much trained and they've been with us since last few years, and most of the questions can be or small problems can be solved over the phone, but otherwise they are always available within 24 hours. And this is one of the, again, a very unique feature of a company which no other brand really gives as of now.
And what about your supply chain? If I am a Hyderabad based or a Telangana based, or where you are now, your offices are not located, how do you supply your products to clients situated in these states?
So we have a channel partners now across India, right from Jammu to Kannur in Kerala, and we even signed up in the Calcutta and right in the west in Gujarat. And we have our channel partners everywhere, and our awesome team is also available everywhere. So your sales, pre-sales is taken care by our team as well as our channel partners. We not only supply, we actually help you design the solution. So that's on the level of integration that we give to our customers. We help them design a solution, because until few years back nobody really even knew what automation was, and now that people really want to get their home or spaces automated, but they really don't know how to go about doing it. So we help them design the solution, and we also supply, and we also install, and we take care of the after sales service.
If you had to describe the OSUM Squad in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
So our awesome squad is definitely quick. They are proactive, and they are consumer centric. What we have trained them that they need to think from the customer's point of view. There are so many times where the customer doesn't understand very small things which he can do, but our team has been trained to understand that not every customer is a tech-savvy customer.
Exactly.
So even if it could be just changing a fuse, which could be a very small issue, but the customer wouldn't really know. So treat every customer as if he
He's a layman.
is a layman, and just think of the customer's point of view, that because this is something which, even if your light or your fan is not working even for an hour, you get really panicky, or you get distressed, you get uncomfortable, and you get really irritated. So our team has been really trained that you need to give really quick service, and you have to be prompt in whatever you do, and don't make the customer wait a lot, and give them the correct service, the correct guidance.
Another thing I did want to ask you about is awareness. As you just said, 4-5 years back, people didn't really know what automation was, or what smart home is, smart commercial offices are. So what is OSUM doing to create more awareness in the market for people to understand, okay, this is automation, this is what I can get for my money? What is OSUM doing for that?
So we are doing almost like a 360-degree approach. So first would be offline. So when we say offline, we started with participating in all the major expos and shows, where we did a very active participation. We in fact promoted a lot of shows to make space for the smart home segment. And now with these expos, we got exposed to the various decision makers in the industry, which are the consultants, architects, interior designers, because these are the people who actually drive products like us, because in the initial stages their approval really matters a lot. So
they are the pioneers.
They absolutely, because they design spaces. So when we give them certain solution and they understand, oh, this is so simple to install, and this is so simple to incorporate in their project. So we have done that, and we will be doing that even in future. And another offline is, now we've been targeting our retailers who've been selling the conventional switches. So we've been selling conventional switches since 1968
under Kona,
under the brand name of Kona. And now these channel partners, their young generation have come into the picture, and they really want something innovative to sell. And in the conventional space, frankly, there has been barely any innovation in the last 20-30 years. It's just a little bit of form factor which is changed, but nothing really in terms of technology. And now when our channel partners, the new generation, they are seeing this product, so they are now really attracted to be in this business in a more active manner. So even places like Ajmer and Panipat and places like Aligarh or down south in Kakinada or Vizag. So even in these places, our channel partners are now opening up experience centers in a smaller size or a medium size, where their customers are now getting more and more information or real-time experience about our products. Then we are also now doing some training programs or sessions with the electrical contractors and electricians in these cities. So to make them understand the ease of installing the products and how it can be how it can even save their time doing the wiring. It can save almost 70 to 80% of wiring cost as well. So these are the things we are doing offline. Online, again, we have our online promotions going on, our YouTube channel, our Insta, and all the social media channels too. We generally don't show our products, only we show the solutions on the social media. And yeah, so offline and online, we are pretty much covering both the areas slowly and steadily to more and more awareness.
Market.
Absolutely.
All right. And with keeping in mind, as you just said, consumer centric, and you're doing a lot of advertisement, lot of promotions and all. My small question is, what is your edge over your industry competitors? What is OSUM's edge? What it makes OSUM awesome?
So I already explained you about the technology. The first is the technology. A customer, when he's buying or he's upgrading his home, his current product that he's used to is a conventional TikTok switch.
TikTok switch. Yes.
Right, and he expects a product which is far more expensive than a TikTok switch to be much more user friendly, much more robust. So whether it's a 500 rupee smart switch or a 5,000 or a 50,000 rupee solution, it's a very big jump. Now there are a lot of companies who have come into the lower segment of automation, there are some modules which go behind the switch, but they sometimes actually don't give you even the basic experience, or rather it gives an inferior experience to your TikTok switch, because most of the time they don't function well. I'll give you an example of say a behind the switch product. There are a lot of startups which have been making this. When you make this product, or rather use this product along with a conventional switch, the conventional switch is turned on, and with the mobile app you can say turn the light off, but your conventional switch is still turned on.
Yes, the TikTok switch is on.
And when you have multiple of these switches, some are turned on but the light is off, and some are turned off but the light is on because it was last turned on with the app. And a customer or a consumer, when he enters the room, he sees 5 different switches which are turned on or off, but the light, so he doesn't really figure out how to actually turn these on. So it really makes matter worse rather than your conventional switch. And when you go completely wireless, if you don't really get the scenes, or if there is a delay with a conventional switch, when you turn on, it turns off instantly. And if your wireless, there is a drag or there is a delay of even couple of
latency
seconds.
issues.
There's a latency issue. The customers feels that my TikTok switch was better because at least my light used to turn on instantly, right? Or if there is a breakdown in the communication, so your app doesn't function the way it should function. So these are the small things which really matters, and now people slowly are realizing that okay, we need to go for a wired solution, and but the wiring has to be really simple. So that's our edge, and this is something which the architects are now understanding, and they are convincing their clients that go for a wired solution. And I think we are the only brand in the country right now which we feel have the perfect solution for the Indian market.
As you just said, architects. I was recently interviewing an architect, and they pointed out a very important issue in the Indian markets with regards to not just the users but also people who have decision making capacity, such as architects, interior decorators, and brand. Is that there is not a single structure of education or informational structure that allows people to learn about the system. For example, if you're going into an architectural college or interior decorative college or an electrical engineering college, there is not a single structured way of making students, especially students in the younger generation, understand about newer ways of lighting. Okay, what effects these lighting have on human body? How has automation been a very boon for mental space of lighting affects your mentality.
Absolutely.
So there is no structured way of putting this information out. There's a lot of stuff on Google, but it is not structured the way you want it to
Correct.
be. Do you think OSUM can be one of those brands who comes up with such initiatives where you take a chance to reach out to the younger generation, make them understand why the system is valuable, and how can this be the next step in the industry evolution?
So absolutely, we have taken some seminars even for the students or the young graduates of the architectural fraternity. We've invited them over sometimes. We've gone to their colleges a couple of times, and even at various expos, there are 1 or 2 days dedicated for these young budding architects to come, and they are the ones eager to learn something new, and they are the ones who really want to adapt new technologies in their future projects. So yes, we are reaching out to them, and we are also reaching out to the electricians, as I told you. So because these electricians and contractors are the one who are actually more or less designing the electrical solution so far for majority of the homes. Very few homes can actually afford a lighting designer or an electrical consultant. Most of them rely on the electrical contractor. So we have been working with a lot of electrical contractors and explaining them how the ease in which they can install this. So yes, we are doing that as well. So we are in a mini conference room over here where you can have one-on-one discussion. It's a small 2-seater meeting room. Again, with our scene controller, you can turn on the lights and even open the curtains. With a USB charger and a socket, whether you want to work with a laptop or you want to just charge your phone or have a quiet meal, this is the place to be. Now, we've been talking about OSUM, and I want to discuss about how we plan to move ahead. So we have a vision that OSUM should be in every, it should be affordable, and it should be easily available for anybody that wants to automate their home or any space. So that's our vision. Until now, automation was purely for the very elite or really high-end homes. We are still yet targeting upper middle class, or rather the people who can afford some luxury. But the vision going ahead is that it should be available even to the common man, and that's why the Make in India is very, very important so that there is no dependency. Why we have not chosen a much cheaper Chinese platform is because we wanted to do things our way, slow and steady. It has to be dependable. It has to be durable. It has to work for the rest 10, 15 years. Because when an Indian customer buys a product, it expects it to work for a very long time. The DIY, the do-it-yourself concept is still not in our DNA. When we buy a simple product, we expect the electrician to come and fix it. We don't do even a simple bulb installation ourselves. So to give that confidence to our customers, we gave the installation service, we are giving the after sales service, we are giving even the designing service. As and when the technology is evolving, so will our product and so will the company. And we are sure in the next couple of years, we will be available in every city, every town, and everybody will be able to install a smart switch or a smart solution in their homes. Hi again. This is again a quiet corner, or we call it as a phone booth in our office when you have an important call where you really don't need the background noise of all the other stuff. So this is where we come and do it. And now with multiple Zoom calls happening with our customers and our dealers across India, this is the place you can just have a quiet meeting, and it's something which is really out of the box, though I'm inside the box. We are here now in my cabin, and what we have here is our OSUM Lux series. We call this the AlQ, which is aluminum copper alloy, and we see it's a very unique, very clutter-free wall. If you can see the entire wall, this is just one panel, one switch panel, and it's a very luxury panel. It goes with the decor and it can do multiple things. So with just one click, this is all on, all off. If I just do a long press, it's dim down, again dim down. From here I can control the curtains. So now the curtains are shutting, again curtains are opening. From here I can control the cove lights, if you can see them. And the most interesting feature is that even with your VRV or your central AC system, I can even control it from here. Now with just a long press, I'm sure you can hear the silence now, and again with a long press, the AC has been turned on. And we move to our my table here. It's a very clutter-free table with minimum wiring. This is the wireless charger, and I have a small scene controller over here. With the same scene controller, I can do lights on and off from here. I can control the AC, I can control the curtains. Now if you can see just on my left, the curtain can be controlled from here when there is too much sunlight. I can control the individual lights, I can control the cove lights. And here I have my TV remote. I can do my presentation with my mobile phone on the TV, and also use this remote to turn off things. Turn off and that's it, and it will turn off. And at the same time I can even do it from my PC. Turn off empty cabin hanging light.
Okay.
And it's as simple as that. So what we're trying to show over here is the beauty of integration. We already have smart devices in our homes. It's all about integration. This remote is nothing but a Samsung TV remote, and this is my normal iMac. How we are integrating things, how we can control things from different interfaces. That's the beauty of using the smart devices from OSUM. So we have a very unique TV display over here, which is a horizontal TV, but with a click of a button, it can become vertical, and it's also going to reflect my mobile screen. So for it's very useful for giving a demo where I can just press a button where my AC temperature control right now is being shown from our app. So this is the VRV control I was talking about, and this is how our app looks like. It's a multi-user app. It can be shared by different users. If you want to give access only to a particular of a particular room, I do a long press, and I can select from my phone book whom I want to give access to, and that's about it. So if you have a guest coming over, you can give the only the guest room access to that particular guest, and you can create your own scenes. You can do multiple scheduling. You can make your customized scenes. And if you can see, it's a multi-location app where my office, my home, my factory, everything can be controlled from a single interface. So this is right now the status of my home. What you can monitor it, you can program it, you can control it. Now, this is not only a TV, but it can also work as your audio system. So if I want to play some music, all I do is go to my music app, and it can work as a multi-room audio. And with just a click of a button, you are in a very different ambience.
So what are the big clients, big names OSUM has worked with in the past, or there are ongoing projects?
So we have worked with the biggest names like Lodha. We worked with Hiranandani. We worked with DLF. These are some of the biggest names in the country. We are about to do one of the largest hotels coming up in India. We're doing so many luxury residences, which is our prime market, and we've done so many offices for different clients, and it's a lot of individual high-end clients majorly to begin with, and a few corporates offices across India. But our main focus is primarily luxury homes.
Luxury, high-end villas, residences, and everything.
Yeah, these are the current market. We've recently completed around 500 smart homes in Hyderabad. I think it's one of the single largest project in India where every home, every flat is a smart flat.
Talking about full large-scale, full-blown project, i.e. smart cities and smart buildings, smart cities to be more exact. Where do you see the future of smart cities, and how does OSUM play a role in it?
They have been evolving. I mean, our government is obviously proactive in it. You may have already seen so many things are becoming smarter slowly and steadily in a very seamless manner. For example, toll nakas have become smart where you have your FASTag. Don't really need to waste time to remove your money and wait for the change and things like that. Even the traffic challans have become smart now. No longer the cop stops you or chases after you. You get your challan in an electronic format. And various road lighting is already becoming smart in a lot of tier 2 cities as well. I think tier 1 cities, because of the larger scope, it might take some time. But even places like Nasik or Pune or even smaller towns, they already have a lot of smart lighting control already in place. Waste management is becoming smarter. So slowly and steadily, we are definitely moving to what we call as a smart city. And as I told you, at OSUM, we believe that every home should be a smart home. Now, going forward, there are a lot of builders who are now coming to us to help them design a particular smart solution for their end users in bulk quantity. And this is what we are excited about, that in future we don't want only the luxury homes to be the smart homes, but every middle class Indian should be able to say that, okay, I have a smart home too.
It becomes a lifestyle rather than a luxury.
Absolutely, and I think we are heading that way, and soon we'll see India becoming one of the largest market for smart homes. As India became the largest user of LED lights compared to anywhere in the world. India, I think 10 years back, we were nowhere close even to the top 10, and now we are the number one user of LED lights in the world. And if it saves cost, if it gives you some kind of wow factor, it gives you some kind of savings, Indians are the first to adapt.
Yes.
So yeah, India is one of the best market for smart homes as of now.
What are OSUM's future aspiration goals? You have like short-term goals that you have for the year 2020 to 2023, and then long-term for the decade.
So the first short-term goal, we are now trying to expand our dealer network pan-India. We are already present in more than 29, 30 cities. And now we want to be present in every tier 2 town, every tier 3 town as well. And maybe in a year or two, we plan to take this to the world. Yes, we are already exporting to a couple of countries. However, our prime focus has been India. But what we see is our solution, that no doubt we designed it for the Indian market, has been appreciated by international clients as well. So somehow, in one way or the other, we are being approached by international clients that they want to use OSUM. Just yesterday, I got a call from UK. One of the clients saw the product in one of their relative in India, and they wanted to use it in London. And they reached out to us, and even a lot of system integrators who have primarily been using the very old school automation, hardwired automation. They want something simpler. They want something which is as per the today's technology, as per the today's requirement. So what we provide them is a very easy to install yet robust solution, and very, very, very cost saving in terms of wiring, and as well as the product cost is again comparatively much cheaper. We wanted to participate in a couple of international shows, but because of COVID in the last 2-3 years, that plan has been postponed. So from 2023 or 24, we'll be looking at the international market in a big way. Yes.
The Smart Home Expo has been announced for May 2023 in New Delhi. What are you looking forward to it?
I mean, as always, we've been a fan of how Smart Home Expo has been conducting, shows in a very professional manner, and they have ensured that people across the country are attending this show. The first show was in Mumbai, and then in Bangalore, and now it's time to move northwards. Yeah, I mean, we're excited to be in Delhi.
You have office in Delhi as well.
Yes.
So you are very excited for the market there.
Absolutely. Delhi has, and North definitely has been one of our stronger markets, and we would love to be, one of the biggest players in that market as well. And we were the title partners in the previous Smart Home Expo in Mumbai, which was, I mean, really done in a very, very unseen manner ever before in India. It happened in Geo Convention Center, one of the world's best expo centers. And now this is, I think, happening in Pragati. We are excited to showcase our solution with a lot of new products coming up in this year.
Any plans of opening office elsewhere other than Mumbai and Delhi?
We are planning to open one more office in Hyderabad, because that's also been one
It's
of
an
our
upcoming market. We
yeah.
have been receiving a lot of.
So we are soon gonna open a very big exclusive experience center as well, um, in many cities to come. But Hyderabad would be the very next.
Talking about something that's not related to awesome is entrepreneurship. We would like to get your advice on budding entrepreneurs, especially uh, in this financial background of India. What is your advice to budding entrepreneurs coming in this industry? Automation, smart home, lighting, audio, video, right?
So, for an entrepreneur to start a business, first thing you need to focus is your product, be it a service or a product. Make sure that product and service is one of the best possible in the market. Rest will follow. Just keep focusing on that and have patience. Don't try to grow overnight. Uh, Unfortunately, in the last few years, we've seen a lot of startups coming into the market, and they have some pressure from their investors where they want to grow overnight and show their numbers, and then after a couple of years, they fall flat. The market has to mature before your product really becomes a very fast moving product. So you have to pace yourself. You can't expect the minute you start a new product or a new business, it will start booming. So that's the mistake that every lot of new budding entrepreneurs, they feel that once we start overnight, they want to see the success, because that's not really how business works. You have to pace yourself, you have to see the market, you have to make strategies accordingly, because this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you need to understand that when you need to pick up the pace, when you need to cool down, when you're spending too much and the market is not
As
cooperating,
responsive.
so you really need to pace yourself accordingly. And when you see the boom, and that's when you hit hard. So it takes time. Don't give up. Be lot of people do things overnight, and then when the market doesn't respond, they give up. And that's not how businesses are supposed to run. So we've been doing this. We've been manufacturing since 1968. We have seen the ups and downs of the industry, and yet we feel that we are one of the oldest and most stable player in the industry, and that's where we would like ourselves to be even in the next 20 years.
My final question to you was, how would you describe Sachin Motwani in one word?
I am honest. I think
That's
that's
an important quality while
yep,
doing a business. On a big
absolutely,
scale.
because there is no other way of doing business. You have to be honest. You have to be honest to your customer. You have to be honest to your suppliers. You have to be honest to your employees. You have to be honest to yourself. That's what counts.
So we are here today at the awesome, all new, brand new corporate headquarters and their experience center as well for commercial offices. And this is Sunny Sawant reporting from Lower Parel for Smart Home World.